I feel like Drea when she say your wholeness can be erased, but I was never a hoe. I just want to do a quick disclaimer. You may not like what I have to say. Child, it's not my business. If you came here before, you already know that it's literally not my business if you don't like what I have to say. This is Christy's Unpopular Opinions, and it's unpopular for a reason. And it's not unpopular because people don't think it. It's unpopular because it's taboo to speak it. You feel me? But I'm going to speak it. I am true to my truth. And I think that's like my biggest downfall in life, that I'm true to my truth. In a world full of fakes, be true to your truth. Today's dabbing into these cards. I selected 2 cards from 4 different decks, and one of which is the After Dark edition. So we will be talking about sex, and I am going to answer it truthfully. This is actually the card deck that I have answered completely, but I haven't posted on my YouTube channel. It is on my Facebook page, and for those who follow me on Facebook, it's there. And me and my girl Mel went through these questions together, answered each and every last card for the most part. Some of them was just like no comment. No, it was probably like 2 or 3, but for the most part we answered all of these questions, and it turned up. I love that live actually. So yeah, if you're a Facebook friend of mine, you can definitely check it out. I have it up. It's not coming down. Something happened that night where like the video just interrupted, and I wasn't able to save it to download it to post it on YouTube, so it's only on my Facebook page. But yeah, it's lit. It's a definite lit live session. I really enjoyed this card deck. Want to play this card deck game again, but I plucked 2 from this card deck, and I also plucked 2 from, oh, I was doing I had the wrong thing. This is the After Dark edition, and this is the Essential First Date Icebreaker edition. I also have cards from the Self-Love deck, as well as my favorite, the Relationship Debates, because it really gets you thinking and talking and puts you in the mindset of like, do I tolerate? What did I tolerate? What won't I tolerate anymore? You feel me? It puts you in that space. So it's very self-healing as far as the Relationship Debates card goes. But nonetheless, let's tap into this. If I look crazy, don't mind me. I did just work 10.5 hours. I mean, whatever. But let's keep it moving. Start with the Essential First Date Icebreakers. And the question reads, what financial expectations do you have of someone you're dating? Wow, that's actually a really, really good question. And I think about this question all of the time because my expectations are honestly out of reach. I've dealt with the broke nigga, okay? I dealt with the trying nigga. I don't want neither. So with that being said, my expectations for my financial expectations for my future husband, the next man I am going to officially claim and date, will be up there. And it's because I dealt with the less. I've also dealt with someone who was a lot more established than I, like way more established than I was. The most established that I ever came across. And I remember in that time I felt like crap because I was so used to dating guys that was beneath me. So when I finally got a man that I felt like I really actually did deserve, I felt like I didn't deserve him. But he shot that down, and if you watch my videos in the past, you will already know. I'm not going to bring his name up again. But yeah, my financial expectations are like grand, but because I know that I have to be a certain place and on a certain level that I currently am not there yet. Working towards it, pressing towards it, on the right path to it, but I'm not nearly there yet for me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to dabble more into this, but it's interesting that this card came up first because this is something that I've actually been contemplating a lot about and surrounding my prayers around, and not so much of what I expect out of a man financially, but more so what I expect to bring to the table, because I do have 4 children, and therefore whatever I bring to that table, it has to be hard because I'm already bringing 4 kids. And that's just my personal observation as I sit back on this celibacy journey, and I realize I do want a man that's super financially set in life, but what do I have to bring him? So that lets me know that I am not currently in a place where I am ready to accept that, but at the same time, he could be someone that's so financial that he completely takes me and my children out of that situation. But realistically for me, I want to meet him halfway. So that's because I suffered in a relationship for so long with a broke nigga. Like, what I want now that I am making a little bit more money and doing a little bit well for myself, I do want more. But I understand that my expectations can't be so high. Well, it can. I'm never going to lower my expectations, but I have to meet what I expect out of someone. Even if they don't expect that from me, I personally would just like to meet him somewhere there. I would like to establish some things in my life that are currently unestablished right now. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, but you guys get the drift. Moving along to the After Dark edition. On a special occasion, how would you best set the mood for your significant other romantically? I don't know if I said this before when I answered this question, but for me, on a very special occasion, I'm just going to think about my wedding night. Guys, I feel like I look a hot mess right now because my hair is not done and I refuse to do it. So excuse me, I'm trying to do the best I can, child. But for me, it is definitely, I'm thinking about my wedding night. That's the first special occasion that I can imagine. And with that being said, I don't want to speak on it because I want it to be special for my husband, the man that is blessed enough to marry me and who God blessed me with. You know what I mean? I just want to preserve it for him, but it will involve, me bringing Star back out. You don't know, Star used to be an entertainer. I used to be a dancer back in the day. And yeah, private dancing on deck. A lot of workouts prior to, but yeah, it will definitely be special. It will be something I've never done for any man, and trust me, there's a lot I haven't done for men, so that I particularly preserved for my husband. So yeah, there's no need of putting that out in the atmosphere. He's just gonna get it when the time comes. Moving on, we're at the self-love deck. And this is entitled the Self-Love Appraisal. I hope it's not another money question. How much do you love yourself, and do your actions support that value? Yes. Okay, so first of all, I don't think I ever in my life loved, adored, honored, respected, and valued myself so much ever in my entire lifetime. And of course, my celibacy journey plays a major part of that, because I just feel like I'm just on a different plateau. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Drea when she say your wholeness can be erased, but I was never a hoe. You know what I mean? But I feel like I understand what she means by that. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't, but I didn't either. When I heard her say it, I was just like, what, girl? Bye. Like, girl, you a hoe, you a hoe. But I feel like it's really me trying to get this look together. Guys, I'm just going through the ugly duckling tonight, okay? That's what I'm doing right now. Whatever. But I just feel like it's so funny because like I don't know if y'all remember when Drea was like, "Oh, your wholeness can be erased," and she was dead serious. When I seen that, I'm like, "Girl, no, it cannot." But now that I'm at a place where I am today, I feel like it is possible for some hoes. I wasn't a hoe. I wasn't a thought caught out there, but I do understand the statement because I feel like I put in the time in, and I'm only 2 years in, but I feel like, you know what I mean, like I did a lot of sacrifices. I just value myself so much that a guy don't even get the time of day with me, especially if I know he's playing games. Boy, you played the game with the right one, because I don't have time for it. You know what I mean? Like, I showed you who I am. I showed you what I exude. I showed you what I represent. And if you're trying to play time, boy, bye. I don't need no closure on anything. We don't need to talk about it because everything has already been brought up to begin with. So I'm out, like, and I have literally no sweat about it. It's just literally another day that I just go without thinking about people, even though they think about me. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like my value, because I committed to this celibacy journey at 2 years celibate, is what initially started this value. So I put the sacrifice in, and I put the time in where I feel like, you know, my value has went up. You know what I mean? I want to say, like, I was having sex since I was like 16 years old. And I stopped having sex 2 years ago, and I'm now 33. So to say that I stopped having sex for the first time, and I mean completely, like, I'm not talking about 6 months here, 10 months there. Like, I'm now 2 years celibate. Like, that's never happened since I started having sex at 16. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, there is some value. I don't care who sees it or not, but I see it. And that's part of the actions that I've done, was to preserve myself for my husband, for God. You know what I mean? Because this is what God called me to do. This is the assignment God called for me. May not be the assignment for you, but I'm pretty sure it is, because the Bible say, but may not be for you right now, but for me right now in this lifetime, this is the assignment that God gave me, and I understand it completely. And my understanding of it is growing. Even like things that I read in the Bible yesterday, it's just like God led me to those chapters, and it was just astonishing, because it's like, this lets me know that this is the assignment for me, and God's only confirming it. And I say that sipping my wine and being married, but I mean that. Outside of physically, you know, just maintaining my sobriety when it comes to sex and preservation, I gift myself. I reward myself. You know what I mean? Like, I spend money on myself. You know what I mean? People don't understand what I do. When it comes to, like, my mom, oh, you shouldn't have brought that. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I deserve a reward. Okay? An award. Whatever. Because one, I don't have no man in my life to do that for me. And two, I'm so proud of myself in this journey. Sometimes all I can be like, oh, let me buy some more perfume. Let me get some more jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Let me buy these shoes. Just because I am so proud of myself as a whole. But the fact that I am now 2 years celibate is even more astonishing. Like, so, yes, I do support my value. I honor it. I praise it. And if it makes you feel like sugar, honey, iced tea, stop it, sis. Just join the bandwagon. Clink, clink. Next question. What sexual expectations do you have of someone you're dating? All right, guys. So I don't really talk like this on my channel, but we're going to say it today. And this is why I didn't do this card deck on my YouTube channel, because I don't think people are ready for that side of me. And at the time, I wasn't ready for people to see that side of me outside of like people that follow me on Facebook, because I feel like people think because you're celibate, like you're not allowed to talk about sex. That's a conversation I love having with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Not to turn you on or anything, but it's just an expressive way to talk about your expectations and everything like that. So with that being said, sexually, I expect you to be well endowed. Like, I expect it to be clean, STD free, nice looking. There's a lot of ugly looking ones, but there also are some nice looking ones. A nice color, not pink. It can be black, but not pink. Big, wide, long, hefty. That is very important for me, and I know that God knows that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows what I want sexually, and I know that my husband, the man he's bringing to me, I know he's going to fit all of those sexual qualifications, because this is not going in vain, honey. This celibacy journey will be fitting, okay? Outside of that, he has to quickly learn my body, because I am super hard to please, like super hard. Like, I would say my entire life, I've only really been pleased one time. Not one time, but by one person. You know what I'm saying? So like, he has to, like, to me, the level of sex will have to supersede this one person, because I've never had anything like it. You know what I'm saying? Never, period. Never had anything like it, because I'm like super hard to please. But I think that comes with being super intuitive, attentive, and just single-handedly devoted to me. I was going to say one person, but we're talking about me. But to me. It's all to me. You know what I mean? I feel like that plays a big part. You know what I mean? It's crazy, because I think about the times that I could have got married, and I would have got married to mediocre sex, because it wasn't the best sex I ever had. So that is important to me. And I know people be like wondering, like, well, how are you saving yourself to marriage? Like, what if they're not what you expect? First of all, what I will determine is if he's well endowed. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but that's what I'm trying to say, if that's well endowed. That's the one thing that we will determine beforehand. And I don't need him to drop his drawers for me to see that. Those are things that I've mastered seeing in person, with a man just standing next to me. You know what I mean? Like, neither here nor there. That's something I can keep to myself and be satisfied and thank the Lord in private. Okay? But outside of that, like I said, this celibacy journey will not go in vain. I am 100% confident. God knows exactly what I want. He knows the anatomy of my body. He knows exactly what I need physically to become one with my husband and enjoy it on another level. I do not believe the best sex I will ever will stop at the one guy. I believe my husband is going to take it to another level. And on top of that, I am a freak. we're just going to leave it at that. So he's going to have to match that level. And God knows all these things. So I have no care in the world. Okay, I do care. But I'm just saying, like, I have no worry in the world when it comes to that, because I know God got it taken care of. He has the perfect man for me, and I rest on that. Like, period. I just rest on that. Like, I have no worries when it comes to that, because I know that this sacrifice will not go in vain. But moving along. What's your favorite physical feature on the opposite sex and why? Height. I love a very tall man. The taller, the better. If he can be 7 feet, oh my God, girl. I will melt like butter. Literally melt. You guys don't understand that is the sexiest thing a man could have on him is some height. To me, I'm 5'3¾". Maybe that has something to do with it. And I'm not shading the short guys. You know what I mean? Y'all cute. And when they short and cute and they bad, like maybe the baby could probably bag me. What's that other guy name? I can't even think of his name, but he's another one, another rapper. Like, y'all shorties could bag me, but if we walk by a tall man, it's over for you. So that's another thing that God knows when it comes to me. Like, God knows, like, this is seriously, this will be like, there's two things that matters: the size of his Johnson and his height. Like, those things are seriously important to me. You don't have to be the best looking, as long as your charisma, your personality matches mine. Like, our chemistry is just A1. Like, you're funny, all of that, great. As long as your height and your Johnson matches, oh my God. Like, just height for me, it's just been something that I admired since I was like super young. Before it became a sexual attraction, it was just something that I was attracted to as a young girl. Like, I remember there was this super tall man. He was African. Walked into church one day. He had to be like 7 feet tall, no lie. 7 feet tall, and I was a little girl. I want to say, like, when I say little girl, I was probably like 14 years old. And I remember turning and watching him walk in, and he had to bend down so low. And I was like, oh my God, like, I was in disbelief. Like, I was attracted to the height. Like, it astonished me just by looking at someone being that tall. And then, you know, when you read the Bible and you understand that giants comes from angels, like, you really are an angel, aren't you? Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. But you know, as a child, I didn't know, like, oh, I wasn't sexually attracted to a tall guy. I just knew, like, that was like one of the first tallest man I ever seen in my life. Literally, he had to be 7 foot, 7'1". And I remember turning my head in church, and he just happened to walk through the door with his kids. He was African, black, beautiful man, but not in that way for me, but, you know, just black and beautiful and African. And I love Africans. Y'all don't know, but I love them. But anyways, I like remember just turning, because, you know, when people walk into church, you just happen to turn. And I was just like, what? Like, I've never in my life seen somebody that tall. Like, ever. Honestly, I have never seen a man as tall as him in my life in person. But I've seen guys that are 6'7", 6'8". And the thing about me, like, I love tall men so much. I know exactly how tall you are. Like, once you're past 6 foot, I can tell you exactly how tall you are. Nail it on the head every time. Like, I never get it wrong. Like, I'd be like, are you 6'7"? Are you 6'4"? Are you 6'5"? You're 6'2", right? Like, and he'd just be like, yeah, how do you know? He was like, I know my height. I know my height. Trust me, I know. Like, that's the one thing I'm telling you. It's like a gift. That's why I know, like, God's gonna give me him. Like, oh God, if he's 6'7", God. Like, I need a tall man. Like, oh my God, like, just the feeling. Okay, let me just stop talking about tall men. The shorties out here suffering because of what I'm saying. I'm sorry, shorties. Don't hate me. I just love tall men. Like, some people like fat booties, big breasts, flat stomachs. I ain't got that. So like, you know, big lips. I like tall men. That's it. All right. Why do you love yourself? I love this question. I love myself because I am very assertive. I am very strong-minded. I don't want to look crazy with my hair, but yeah, I stand on how I feel, what I feel when I feel it. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. And no matter how much backlash I get for it, I'm going to stay true to it, whether you like it or not. And that's why I love myself. I love myself because I never give up on me, because I understand the abilities God created me with, the talent, the drive that He gave me, and I use that as juice to keep going on. I love myself because even though there are days that I feel like I can be so much better of a mother, when I see my children smile because of me and me only, that lets me know that I'm doing something right. Even though I don't have it together all the time, but it is all because of me and God that my children smile. You feel me? I love myself because I have discipline. I have self-respect. I have self-honor. You know what I'm saying? It's just because I know how to fight. I'm a fighter. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Any battle I had to get through, deal with, or face, I fought through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much I love about myself. And while I understand that there is so much that people cannot understand when it comes to me, those are the reasons why I love myself. Because I understand me. I get me. And I know that God understands me. And I know my children accept me no matter how crazy. Nobody knows how crazy you are outside of your kids. Your kids are the people that know exactly how crazy you are. And they love me. They love me so much for it. I love myself because my kids are a reflection of me. And not just physically, but like just who they are, the values I teach them. Like, I love myself because I am a child of God. Broken, but fixed. You know what I'm saying? So I can go on. Like, I really do love myself, and I am in love with myself. And I had a conversation with a certain somebody that I will not put y'all on game, but from what they were telling me, it was just like, you just, like, for me, being single right now is not about being lonely. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I do have lonely days, lonely moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do have those moments. Trust me, they're moments. I don't even want to say lonely days. They're just moments. Occasionally. For the most part, I embrace my freedom. I embrace being a single woman, and embrace the fact that I have the opportunity to fall in love with myself over and over and over again, and get to know who I am over and over and over again, and develop a closer relationship with God, my children, and define my tolerance, my boundaries. You know what I'm saying? In this moment of freedom of being alone. And that's why I love myself, because I have that opportunity to love myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I am conceited. Not only do I love myself, but I'm in love with myself. And that's how I know there's just things I just won't allow for temporary, instant gratification. It just don't happen. If you understood my story, you will understand why. Last question of the evening. Your significant other surprises you with a home-cooked anniversary dinner. You take one bite and it's nasty as F. That's funny. How would you handle the rest of the feast? Oh, I will tell them. One thing I would say about one of my exes, we was like very candid with each other. Like, oh babe, that's too salty. Or like, you know, like we got to learn how to cook together, explore together. Like, so I was just telling him, like, and that's how he was with me. Like, oh, if you don't like it, like, you need to tell me, because I won't know. You know what I mean? I just tell him, like, this is nasty. Thank you for trying, but too salty, just not enough salt. You know what I mean? Like, whatever the case may be. I just tell him. But we're going to wrap this thing up. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking a hot mess. I tried so hard to look cute tonight. Watch. I should have did this the whole time. Watch. Just watch. I can't even see my hair. I can't even make a part. That's how I interlocked it. Oh God, I'm so mad. I should have just had my hair like this the whole time. Every time I do that, this earring comes off. God. Ooh, I'm so mad at this whole video. My hair looking like that. I should have hit my edges. What? Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming to check me out tonight. It's your girl Chrissy, and I'm tapping out with the fat sign. Peace and love and harmony, and be blessed. Yeah.